Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Hopefully, everybody's travel home was safe. You get a chance to enjoy this broadcast. Might keep it short. I have to get home from Sterling Heights. My goodness, it seems like everyone's talking about the roads. Hope everybody's doing well. What's going on this Tuesday? Everybody's talking about it. Mike McDaniel was in town. Everybody saw the picture. He was blinged out. We're just going to talk just a little bit about McDaniel. I don't know. With each passing hour, I feel like that is becoming more and more of a pipe dream. Let me tell you why. Chargers OC opens up. Tampa Bay OC opens up. Philly, New York, the New York Giants. That's a lot of opportunity. And there's also head coaching opportunities that he could land with the Titans. I just feel like it's a long shot because his services are going to be in demand. When you hear Chargers, Eagles, Tampa Bay, the Lions are in the mix. Clearly, the Lions were going to be impressed with Mike McDaniel. The factor that I think really impressed the coaching staff would be that they had a center that they found and developed out of the scrap heap, out of nowhere. The Dolphins had a decent center and a decent run game this year. And I just think that he's a coach that is suited to kind of regroup and go back to the drawing board for a couple years. Do they want to risk it? Because if he has one good year in Detroit, I think he's gone. So would you rather do that or somebody like a Kafka who could come in, rebound, and maybe be there for a couple years? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that with more competition, that makes it easier for the Lions or tougher? I think it's tough. You know, you look at it and you say, my goodness, they had this center, I think Aaron Brewer comes out of nowhere and becomes, I believe, a second-team All-Pro. And nobody heard of this guy before this season. Smash the like button. There's 200 people in here. Super chat for the doc for broadcasting on a snowy Tuesday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. It means a lot. With each passing hour and more competition, do you think the Lions are still the premier landing spot for Mike McDaniel? And we're going to talk about a great radio host put up free agent tiers. Do you think Lions are appealing enough? I think that they're in the mix. They're in the mix because of the fact that all those weapons. But, I mean, that's a lot of pickings to go with. That's a lot. I just look at it and I go, wow, you could be the Browns head coach. You could be somebody that could have an opportunity to go to the Eagles, defending Super Bowl champions, now got eliminated. They're going to want back in action. Are the Lions appealing enough? Now, you look at it, you got Justin Herbert, you got a run game. You hopefully that offensive line was struggling to the nth degree. And they made it to the postseason, but they need a turnaround. Clearly, the Chargers are in that boat of having a would be better suited for, some of these offense. I mean, half the league has an offensive coordinator opening. And you're hearing reports, multiple reports that say that McDaniel clearly, and it makes sense, you would much rather choose a quality opportunity. He's going to land a job. Now, whether it be a head coaching job, I think some of the ones that are open are not that great. I think that if you have a good year in Detroit or Tampa or a spot like the Chargers or Philly or the Giants to have a developing quarterback, then you can just go get your pick of the litter. Maybe you end up with the Cowboys if they believe that Schottenheimer's not the guy after 2 years. These coaches are getting fired quick. Anakin goes right to the top. We have some great weed. That's the biggest selling point, Anakin? He definitely was blinging it out. Oh, my goodness. We got the weed, huh? That's going to make it the spot for the Lions, right? I think that when you look at the running backs, you look at the offense, I think it's appealing. Let's look at this drip. What do you guys think? I graded his fit an A+, in my opinion. He was caught at Metro. Listen, now, I will say this. It did, one of your comments Snippy caught my attention in the world of the NFL. Maybe I'm a diva. Maybe I'm now at 46, about to be 47 in March. Maybe I'm a diva. But they let this man fly commercial? I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a diva. He's got the bling watch. If you want somebody, am I wrong to say, fly the man private? If you want somebody, and don't you think he's the best? Is he worth it? You say, where are you at? All right. It's going to cost 30 grand. No problem. We'll fly you private here and go out to Tennessee. We'll fly you there and back. Come have a conversation. If you want somebody, you just say go and do your thing. But we got an offer like right here now. You're letting the man flirt and you're letting the man leverage himself over you. Am I wrong? Am I being too much of a diva? Look at the man's fit there. Someone took a selfie with him in this kind of pose. But look at that. He's flying with the peoples. The man with the, probably $10,000. I don't even know what to call that. The watch is blinging. Looks like $1 million. I don't even know what to call that. A basket? You know what I mean? That's not your average carry-on. That carry-on probably worth more than my whole fit in my whole lifetime of buying clothes. He should be flying private. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to think that the Lions should have done a little extra for the number one offensive coordinator candidate? What did they do? Just fly in some shawarma? We have the Class A shawarma. This guy's from Miami. This guy's driving around in a car. You got to make him feel special. The man's like, I'm in Delta at Metro. Delta. I'd be like, wait a minute. Anakin. Because he chose to fly commercial. No, man, if someone tells you you're going to fly private in the middle of hell, in the middle of this weather, you're going to go fly private. Detroit fan man, McDaniel wants a head coaching job, would only be settling for any offensive coordinator gig while waiting for his next chance. Give me Kafka, a guy who's still young enough to learn as an OC like MCDC did in New Orleans under Peyton. But he had experience this year as a head coach, interim style, and learned under Andy Reid and Brian Daboll. I hear you. I feel you. I just, and this is also, again, from being a scarred Lions fan, as we all know, is McDaniel going to pick us? Is he going to pick the right peoples? It never feels like you get picked as a Lion. You know what I mean? Neil Burkholder, the Fords are cheap. Appreciate you, Neil. Shout out to you. Live from Greenland, USA. What up, pimp? Pimpin'. Keeping the pimp hand strong. Keeping the voice strong. Your favorite homie. Your favorite podcast homie. The voice of the people. The Doc, John McAroon. Your favorite NFL reporter, insider. Hassanin. Wow. Thank you for the $59.99 EGP Super. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. In dark blue. Inshallah, everything is good. That's awesome. Appreciate you, Hassanin. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much for your continued support. We hope that we continue to see us. Now, I'm trying to be on every night around the same time, 7 o'clock. Different times, different lengths of show. Hassanin. Good evening, my dear friend, Johnny Macaroon, the Doc. The truth, straightforward man with sharp vision, love his work, and very smart. Much appreciation to you. The overseas legend. Inshallah, you come to Detroit very, very fast. But wait a couple months. This weather is chara. We call it pure chara weather. I hope everything's well. Hopefully your back is well. Everything's going good. Anakin, that's true. If he wasn't interested, he wouldn't have flown here at all. Yeah, but you got to get the warm fuzzies to stay here. You brought him in on the worst, coldest day. He's like, what the? He's like, he probably on that phone was not texting anything about the interview to his people. He's like, this shit is cold. He's like, I can't feel my balls. He's like, what the hell is this? He's like, oh, hell no. Telling the agent, up that offer. I need $4 million a year. He probably is texting right now. I still can't feel my balls. I can't feel my balls. You got to fly this man private. Make him feel good. Right. That was a man purse. The guy had a man purse. How do you not fly the guy with the man purse private? He's probably like, listen, you know, in those moments where you're irritated, he's probably like, please, God, don't let me have one of those moments on this plane with these people. No, I know he's not like that. Oh, my goodness. We're just kidding around. But we shall see. I just want to be chosen. I want to be chosen. Neil Burkholder, didn't he coach Denver? So I know he knows the shitty weather. Washington. Yeah, we'll go through his stops too, but my goodness. Smash the like button for the doc. I mean, you get your own private plane, you can do your own thing, you know what I mean? You can bring on whatever you want. You could have brought a fluffy dog if you wanted to. They made the number one choice fly commercial. Right? We don't even know it was Delta. He was in the selfie that was taken online that you've all seen. He was in Delta. They probably paid for his ticket, but they probably didn't. Do you think the Lions gave him first class? They probably go all the way to the back. Wraith Dark Flame, give him a mug of hot cocoa with some chocolate edibles melted in. He's got to get high to make that decision. I will coach this offense. Man, I don't know. Like I said, with each passing day, with more opportunity, it just makes things difficult. I wonder if he gets another head coaching opportunity. I wonder would he pick the Lions over the Eagles, Giants, Raiders, Chargers. We shall see. I'm of the opinion, I mean, you know his resume. If you know somebody, you just say, sign right now. Sign a letter of intent. Tell the world you love us. Why can't they just do that? We're all sitting there waiting, and they're secretive, like it's some big deal. You need to keep a secret that you interviewed John Morton? I figured it out. I'd rather have Dayball than Kafka. That's interesting. Do you think that Mike McDaniel will choose us? We shall see. But hell, you got to fly this man private. Now, the crux of the show, probably hang out another 15, 20 minutes. Remember, I got to grab my phone, turn on the car, warm it up. I got probably another hour drive. We'll see. It's a 30-minute drive. We'll see. I got 8:45 time to speak on crunch time. So I will change hats, hopefully, safely. Maybe change attire. But I always want to check in with you guys, have a laugh, and see how everybody's doing, what you're talking about. What up to you? Let's do a roll call. Wraith Dark Flame. Zach is in the building. Neil Burkholder, Mishanuga. Mishanuga knows what's up. Hey, he's got so many interviews, probably easier to fly commercial. Smash the like button for your friendly doc. Any super chats go right to the front of the line. Him with Hurts and Barkley could be fun. Shoot. All right. Now, the crux of the show, the thing I want to talk to you guys most, and keep your comments coming about McDaniel. Is he going to choose us? Are the Lions appealing enough? But a great radio host, I want to make sure I say his name right. He put up tiers, and I think it's really good to think about. So take a screenshot of this, and we'll talk about it. You got to be able to compartmentalize how this is going to go. The Lions, I do think, are going to do more in free agency. They just got to, in my humble opinion. They got to do more in free agency. Whatever you think, if you're a slappy or not, if you think it's not worth it, I still do. I think it's worth it. And he came up with tiers. Ben Bosher, and he's a Midland host, live from 9 to 12 on YouTube in Midland. Check out his show. I'll highlight his stuff. But these are his tiers regarding who needs to come back. And it really does highlight, based on his number one, regarding just how kind of light Brad Holmes took care of it last year in free agency. These are Ben's tiers. He's had me on his show. Probably should have him on as well. He's a great radio host, really insightful. You can follow him at BOSSCHER Ben on X. But here is his Lions free agent tower. And he's on 100.9 The Mitt in the mid-Michigan area. Look at this. Creative, Ben. Creative. All right, so we get an opportunity to look at this. At the very top, he's like, Mr. Roy Lopez has to come back. And I would agree. He's going to earn a raise, but he's a nice reserve. But you still need to probably look at a free agent mid-range defensive tackle. And you got Tyleik Williams, and you got Ali McNeil. But I do think that a Roy Lopez is a priority. What do you guys think? He's got Khalif Raymond and Amik Robertson as unsung heroes. He wants to bring back Avonte Maddox. Clearly, the veteran, I think, would be great. Rock Ya-Sin. Now, this one, a little controversial. Levi Onwuzurike wants another risk on Levi. Come on, Big Ben. Come on now. Come on, Ben. Come on. Can't be doing that. This is where your pyramid starts to go cockeyed. I just don't think the fan base could tolerate him. So, and those that he does not want to return, I will scroll down. So give Ben a follow. He's a good dude. He says too expensive. Al-Quadin Muhammad, DJ Reader, Alex Anzalone, and Malcolm Rodriguez. Do you think Roy Lopez is the priority in free agency? Yes or no? I can't believe he put Levi Onwuzurike on that list. Real quickly here. Doc, I miss your bourbon takes. Will those pick back up in the offseason so we know how to drown our sorrows with style? Love your takes. Keep up the great work and keep us in line. I appreciate you, man. The kind words that you guys shared with me over this last year means a lot. The guys, the Slappies are coming back. They're battling. They're coming out with their articles saying, look at all the teams that got eliminated. They love to look at the losers. But remember, the playoffs aren't over. And the teams that they're looking at, the Eagles, they were in the playoffs. You weren't. And so here's the message to the Slappies when they put out that stuff. It doesn't guarantee that you win a Super Bowl if you make moves. But guess what guarantees you don't make the playoffs? When you don't make moves. I would rather be in the playoffs making moves and losing as opposed to sitting at home. Bears made move. They're in the playoffs. Eagles made a move. They're in the playoffs. Jaguars made a move. Jacoby Myers. They're in the playoffs. Are you sensing something here? Teams that make moves, maybe they're not going to win the Super Bowl, but they're going to be in the playoffs. It's so frustrating. You know? We shall see. I think that we're setting ourselves up for a little disappointment in regards to Mike McDaniel. We'll see. But here's the part that's crazy when you look at it. They're quick to say the 2025 trade deadline was a bust. And look at the moves. Eagles made a move. They're in the playoffs. Chargers made a move to get offensive tackle Trevor Penning. They made a move. They're in the playoffs. Seahawks got Rashid Shaheed. They made a move. They're in the playoffs. Dallas Cowboys got Quinnen Williams. that organization needs a miracle. But they traded away Micah Parsons. So does that really count? The Colts got Sauce Gardner. The Bears, they picked up edge Joe Tryon Shinoika. In the playoffs, Jaguars, Jacoby Myers in the playoffs. I think 5 of the 7 teams they highlighted are in the playoffs. How does that work? Yeah, 5 of the 7 teams highlighted are in the playoffs. So, in my opinion, when you look at that, I got to ask you, do you want to go after the same guy, Jalen Phillips? Should he move up to be a priority this year? Recently, I've been hitting 2 dailies, an old fashioned every day. I've been hitting the Hazel Baden Hazel. Really good every day. And the Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Mix and match. Those 2 are good. And I will do probably a live review. The statute of limitations is up, so we'll talk about it. We were gifted something very nice. So we'll keep doing it. But yeah, Hazel Baden, baby. Drink up, Woodford Reserve. Eagle Rare is always in the back of the room. But I like them all. But I'm gonna try. I will try, Joe. I think this year I'm gonna try Jefferson's Ocean, recommended by my guy Logan. What do you think I should try? Neil, I think you should, if you can move on and you can upgrade and get Jalen Phillips, I go with Jaden Phillips. I would go with Jalen Phillips as another target. The top 10 free agents are not great, but there's a couple you could pinch. I understand, Zach. Makes sense. Exactly. I have a number. The doc free agency tally combined with trades, the transactional activity status, TAS. The transactional activity status has to be 5 every year. 2, 3 free agents, 1 or 2 trades every year. Zach is like, I would rather prioritize signing quality over quantity. Had we not signed Davenbum and Levi, we could have kept Carlton Davis. Yeah. Spot on. Kevin, Happy New Year, brother. Meant to ask you, Doc, do you think Haley stubbed Morton and Campbell for not getting the OC job? I mean, he didn't stand out at all this year. Are you talking about Hank Fraley? Who are you talking about? Do you think Haley stubbed Morton? You talking about Hank Fraley? I know this. I do think he'll get an opportunity to interview, but Hank Fraley didn't do the best of job this year. But they wanted somebody with familiarity. And John Morton's a grinder. So I don't think anybody stubbed the Lions. A lot of people in that coaching room had good opportunities. You're right. Hank Fraley did not do a good job. Correct. Which I think was the first online to kind of post that out there. I said, I think I'm hearing whispers that the man is staying. Hank Fraley not going nowhere. His son just signed with MSU. I don't think the coaching staff gets mad because John Morton was a popular guy. He was here in 2022. Now, I'm sure that when the duo worked together, John was like, hey, what's up with your offensive line? What's up with the run game? You got me fired. I'm your favorite homie, your favorite ragecaster. Everyone's like, you raging. How could I be raging when I'm this great? I'm a happy guy, smiling all the time. I ain't say that. $5 super chat. Followed after Hassanin Mahdi's. Thank you. Do you think Sheila's letter will make us get an upper tier free agent? Seems like she wants to go that way. Maybe not all in, but kind of in. Does that make sense? Yeah. I mean, how do you not evaluate what happened this year? And it's clear this is not rocket science. First of all, Dan made a bad choice with Morton and Shepard. You don't do that in a window. Clearly, you need more experience, as evidenced by Robert Saleh and Kyle Shanahan and good coaches staying in the playoffs. Experience matters. especially with the Lions. There's an extra curve gradient because it's the Lions. The Slappies are just going to they just want to tell you, wave your magic wand, and the Lions just poof, go right back to being good. Tell them the truth, man. Tell them that it needs work. They got to add 2 or 3 free agents. Imagine, and listen, it's not our job as fans to tell Brad Holmes which players to get. But imagine, in hindsight, he could have got Milton Williams, Carlton Davis, Jalen Phillips on this team. You think the team would have been a little bit better? And then combine that with not Manu, not Broderick Martin, combined with some ballers? That's 5 players right there. You don't think that would have helped you maybe get to the playoffs? It's not my job to give Brad Holmes names to fill this team with, but look at the guys who are playing. And look what clearly things stick out to you. Mike Vrabel said the dogs come out in January. That's right. Most of the media are quitting their podcast. The dogs come out in January to talk to you people. Me. The dogs come out in January. Milton Williams made a play when needed. Guys, I want to say this into the microphone. Did you guys know that someone can get interior pressure that fast? What? That's allowed? What? 2-second interior pressure? What? From a defensive tackle? That's possible? What? Yes. Yes, it's possible. More, 5. You need 2-3 good signings and 1 or 2 trades. Minimum 4. 5 is the standard from the doc. Transactional activities. Stop trying and get after it. Did you know you could get interior pressure that fast? What? Dr. Detroit, Slappy's got a rude awakening. Sheila even told Brad to get off his ass. Slappy's kill me, Doc. I know. They look to the losers and talk to you people. Oh, my God, the Bears. Oh, my God, the Eagles lost. Look, they didn't need Jalen Phillips. They're making moves, and they already can be on King Street. And you got reporters who have beef with Howie Roseman. Imagine that thought process in your mind. How could you have a beef with a winner? I have a beef with Howie Roseman. Okay. Oh, okay. I would take Howie Roseman over Brad Holmes any minute, and I would send a private plane. The Slappies are crazy. They're fun. They're nice people. But yes, they have to do more. Yeah, never ending. Corey Patterson, shout out to you. The never ending Slappy love. But let me tell you, okay, is Roy Lopez a priority? Yes or no? We'll start with him. Good season, good reserve. He made Tyleik Williams hit the bench for a period of time. You know, and he's good against the run, physical, and a competitor. Amik Robertson's going to be tough because I do think that he's probably going to command and want a little bit more than he earned. And I think his contract that he had, I think it was 2 years, $9 million, was probably in line. I think he was out of position. I mean, on the outside, very talented nickel. But with Ennis Rakestraw coming back, you get him cheaper. I think Amik maybe could get an offer somewhere else. We'll see. I'm torn, but he's an unsung hero. Khalif Raymond, I think, you know, you go with Jacob Sailors, and you might have to make a tough decision. A man in his 30s, he's a leader, but you can go with Kennedy a little bit cheaper and Sailors as well. But I think the tier that's interesting is I do think Alex Anzalone. Are we overstating and taking for granted what he brought, and maybe he does come back? Most people think that his value is going to be about $1.5 million more. Do you give him $7.5 million to come back for one more year? I would try it. I would say if he's willing to come back and put bygones aside and you make a deal for continuity, maybe you do it. Amik and Reed kept getting burned. It wasn't the best year for Amik at the end. He made flashes, but then he just got, you know, his season started to go south in the second half and too many explosive plays. But also that's partly because, you know, Amik Robertson took back his presence to the defensive line. The defensive line hung out the cornerbacks to dry. You need that. You need that to marry. Because guess what? Here's where the Slappies, you know, will tell you, guys, time to pressure don't matter. Time to pressure don't matter. Wait a minute. It don't matter the longer, if it's a millisecond, if it's a millimeter second that a quarterback has to throw, it hangs out your cornerbacks to dry. So you're telling me that the slow ass time that the Lions pass rush does not affect the cornerbacks who all of a sudden in the second half of the year, in the last month, gave up a million explosive plays. But they would say, oh, well, Aiden got 100 pressures. Well, in an 8-game stretch, you got 3.5 sacks when you're up, down, up, down. Numbers are great to fuddle around with and to throw up on a tweet. It's fun. But when you tell a story, open your eyes and see. The Lions did not pressure the quarterback in a timely manner. Fast. Oh, this is basic football. Fast quarterbacks that can get the ball out took advantage of your cornerbacks. And because you were slow to get to the quarterback, they gave up explosive after explosive after explosive. And Mick Robertson hates the Lions defensive line. Off the record. He's probably like, dog, don't tell nobody. He's like, our defensive line got me off the team. But they don't want to tell you that. I mean, did you guys see the fast twitch pressure of Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter? Fast. 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. The Lions are the 30th slowest. Okay. But we got Brad up there going, we got 11.5 and 14.5. Well, congratulations. You did play the Bengals, the Giants, the East, the NFC East. The Lions pad stats and then use them to lie to the people. Like we're watching football. We can see Aaron Rodgers going, oh, I like this. I like this. Aaron Rodgers is petitioning to get the Lions on the schedule again next year. He's like, wherever I play, Commissioner, I want to play the Lions because I can sit back and pick apart what they're doing. He's like, oh, I've seen this before a million times. Boink, 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 boink. Matthew Stafford, ding, 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 ding. No pressure. Come on, man. You're not going to fool the people of Detroit. You can fool some people with slappy talk, but you're not going to fool the smart football fans that pay and boo. Come on now. Dr. Detroit, good people, but they don't know what they don't know and are very confident in it. It's just watching football. If you just take away the stats, I think they might short circuit. I need some stats to defend Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff. We need stats to tell them that they are good. Okay. But which free agents? Now, here's a list of 10. I think of the list that I shared, you bring back, I still think Amik Robertson has value in a nickel spot, but if you can get him for about $5 million, it's good. Roy Lopez, Amik Robertson, Rock Ya-Sin, Avonte Maddox. Those are the 4 I would keep. Out of 10 players, I keep 4. I keep Roy Lopez, Amik Robertson, Rock Ya-Sin, Avonte Maddox. And we depart with Khalif Raymond, Levi Onwuzurike, Al-Quadin Muhammad's going to get the bag, DJ Reader, Alex, and Malcolm Rodriguez. I don't care. You know, listen, I'm lying to the people. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to correct this mistake right now. Right now, we're correcting this mistake. You get Jalen Phillips in free agency. Sign his ass. This is a list from CBS Sports. Let's go shopping here in my last 5-10 minutes. Thank you guys for entertaining me as I get to talk football with you guys every day at 7 as much as possible. Where are all the beat writers? Why did they stop doing their podcast? It's the best time to podcast. Let's diagnose and fix. They're like, oh, man, they let the doc go every day? They're like, uh-oh, we got a problem. They're like, we got to find the internet, cut that off. Listen, Doc, it's probably from the Lions. Throwing out a conspiracy theory. All of a sudden, Doc does a daily podcast. T-Mobile, Verizon, and all the phone companies out of order. Doc goes daily, whole internet shakes out. Doc goes daily, the whole world hates podcasters. The whole world's like, what's this NBA agent doing a podcast for? They're like, he is embarrassing everybody. Hell no, dude, that podcast is awesome. And you can see my support of all podcasts at Detroit Podcast. Rich Paul does a podcast. Everybody's pissed. They're like, so unbecoming of an agent. He's pissing off the whole world. Do a podcast, baby. It's the best thing around. All right, this is a list from CBS Sports. This is their potential free agents. Let's go shopping. Brad, here are some names that are ranked. So what this means is, for Brad that doesn't know, these are players that are available that you pay money to, where you call their agent and you say, we want you for this price. And they go, we want more. And you say, maybe. And then you go back and say, okay, make the deal. Let's go shopping. George Pickens might be a little bit of a diva. Here's my answer. And here's going to be my answer to everything. Okay? And here's my answer. I don't care, because the Lions have never won a Super Bowl. Do I want George Pickens? Yes. Do I want Trey Hendrickson? Yes. Do I want Daniel Jones? Okay, I'm going to say no, but he's coming off of an injury, so he's a Brad Holmes guy now. He's probably number one on Brad's list. He's probably like, you know what? We could sell these people. We got Daniel Jones. Jalen Phillips. Do we want him? Yes. Do we want Tyler Linderbaum? Yes. Do we want Alec Pierce? Yes. Do we want left tackle Rasheed Walker? Yes. Do we want Aaron Rodgers? Okay, no, we're not going to take older quarterbacks that are not needed. You're pretty much set. Draft one. Do you want Breece Hall? Yes. Do you want Quay Walker? Yes. Do you want Juwan Jennings? Yes. Do you want defensive end Odafe Owe? Yes. Are we catching a drift here? Seattle Seahawks cornerback Tariq Woolen? Yes. Cornerback Alante Taylor? Yes. Devin Lloyd? Yes. Jalen Watson? Yes. Are you catching my drift? We need transactional activities. Are you sensing my vibe, peoples? Yes. The door's open. Keith Fountain, get rid of crush the can type players to fast fly to the ball players on defense. We need speed. Twitch. Can I introduce the Lions to this word? Capital T, capital W, capital I, capital T, capital C, capital H. Twitch and speed. We don't need big and lumbering. We need twitch and speed. At least one. You went with Davenport, and now you got people that are mock draft experts that are picking the same kind of people. Twitch and speed, baby. Get one. Twitch and speed. But then are not injured. And they want to play for affordable money. And want to play cheap. Oh, my goodness. Are you guys catching my drift? You're not going to believe this. Off the record, on the record, Brad Holmes' favorite NBA player of all time is Anthony Davis. I said, what? I said, day to day? He's like, day to day to day to day. I said, Brad Holmes. I said, what do you think about Cade? He's like, he was my favorite last year, but now he's playing all the time. I don't know if I like him anymore. Brad Holmes loves Anthony Davis. Day to day to day to day to day. How is it possible that a player like Anthony Davis gets hurt every single year? And he's got a battle with the media who are reporting he's injured. I'm not out for the whole year. I'm only out till March. Bro. It's like, how do you trade for Anthony Davis and sell the people? Well, we really like Anthony Davis in this trade. You sold your best player to the Lakers and you got your ass fired because you're a moron. The general manager, the former general manager of the Mavericks. Corey Patterson. That's what makes me laugh. Slappy's always want to use stats, and the stats don't add up like your eyes and common sense. Listen, it's part of it. It makes sense. The pass rush was okay at times, but here's some common sense that these people don't understand. Wait a minute. Against shitty opponents, you can get to the quarterback faster and record sacks. And the quarterback is too slow to read. But a quarterback like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers can survey the field and pick you apart. You lost those games. Your pass, and all of a sudden, let's just look at one game. One game encapsulates everything. Jaylen Warren ran for another touchdown today against the Lions. Right now, Jaylen Warren's clicking the clicker going, damn, I abused. He's right now sitting at home, feet up, going, damn, dog. Can't believe it. You hear about that, Tomlin? Yeah, look at this highlight. I'm running again. Look at these 2 touchdowns. 45-45. Set the edge. You needed a better defensive line. It's not that difficult to understand. Reversion to the mean. Listen, I think I timed that question perfectly. If I would have asked it today, oh my God, 10,000 people would have messaged me. Oh my God, we need more of the lady reporter and less of you. Right? So we got to remember that if I get more heat, you guys got to stand up for me. Doc, I'm getting you a poster of MCDC staring at you when you asked him after the Packers loss. Listen, why did you like that question? It sounds crazier the more time passes, but it actually sounds reasonable that I foreshadowed the chaos that offense was going to go through. Doc, I'm getting you a poster of MCDC staring at you when you asked him after the Packers loss, is it feasible to run the same offense like last year? My favorite non-slappy question of all time. And thank you. Listen, it's listen, I don't know how that eventually is going to go down as being a good question, bad question, but I know this. My alarm was definitely raised that offense was going to be terrible. And it took me 60 minutes to raise an alarm. 60 minutes. That's how wild I'm going to be. Right? But remember, they went on a run. They scored 50 the next week. They figured out, oh man, motion kind of works. Maybe this guy's got a point. They clicked on the film and like, damn, that MFer is right. We didn't use any motion. John Morton's like, God dang it. This podcaster idiot told the secrets. And guys, guess what? Did you see how I was like, I saw it today. I almost had a heart attack. Sean Payton undressed a reporter. What do you mean Fred Warner coming downhill? Or whatever what do you mean Dre Greenlaw is a linebacker coming downhill? What do you know? Well, what's going to happen is if they're going to keep miking me up and having my voice boom, what do you know? I'm going to be like, well, in a 3-4 scheme, typically against the run, you really want to kind of collapse the pocket. And I know that you just start talking more and he'll be like, okay, I'm never going to do that. I'm just going to answer the question. I was like, oh my God, didn't that look like Dan Campbell? Go look at Sean Payton undressing it. It was like a foreshadowing of the future. I hope Dan doesn't turn into an old, crudgety old man. Please. But oh my God, what do you know about pass rush? Here's what I know. When I looked at PFF and I went out, and I'm going to give a long, slow, drawn out response. Dan, okay, what do I know about pass rush? I went on the Detroit Sports Podcast and my fan reversion to the mean asked me about pass rush. So I went and looked at some stats and I found out that potentially when you are the slowest to pass rush, it's a real bad thing. And you guys are 30th. And I know you get sacks, but you guys kind of only had them in a certain handful of games. And he's going to be like, no. Please stop talking. Please stop using podcasts in every word that you try and defend yourself. Right? He did. I was looking at a ghost. I was like, is this Dan Campbell in 15 years? What do you know about quarterback? I'm like, Jared Goff is still here. I got my all gray. I'll be all gray and white doing a podcast. And I'll be like, guys, it's year 17. And Goff will get another extension. Right. Anthony Davis is the Lions defensive end. Smash the like button for the 400 people in here. Super chats go right to the front of the line. Become a member of the stream. We got 100 members. I did a couple videos today, just on-demand videos, talking Lions when you're bored. You can check it out. Steve Wilds wants Kafka. I hear you. I feel you. Shout out to Steve Wilds, Brent DeWitt, Kevin Kurtz, Reversion to the Mean, Mishanuga, Corey Patterson, Detroit Fan Man, July 4th, Icewater Olson. You will get slow ass TJ Parker and like it. Hell, run it back. He's like, listen, guys, let's run it back. Run it back one more time. Marcus, Josh Pascal, and Levi, and El Quadine all together combined make $6 million a year. He's gonna be like, we tried. I know, right? Which one of those guys I listed do you think? I think they go after Jalen Phillips. I think that's an up. Is Jalen Phillips an upgrade over Rodrigo? The problem is if he stays healthy, I think so. But he's going to be costly, so I think they stick with Rodrigo. Why? Is it so bad? Man, think about a 4 wide receiver set. Listen, this is fantasy land in podcast land. Think of this. J-Mo, George Pickens, Isaac Tesla, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Someone just needs to say, George, you got to play every down, every down, every down, every down, every down. Every down, George. Every down you got to play. Jalen Phillips, I think, is a nice name. Or you just go all in and get to Linderbaum, and you can call it a day. I mean, you can make your life easy, Brad. Get Linderbaum, and the Slappies will be like, see, he did it. And just do that. That'll be a starting point. And then draft 8 people and play around in the draft. Listen, it's JC. He's coming off of an injury. He's older now. And I think he's going to be in demand for a lot of money. I just don't think it's going to be feasible. No, Steve, that's not happening. No, I think that Shepard will be the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. No, Dolo Dynamite. Earlier in the show, I said you let this man fly commercial. Delta? You let this man fly commercial. That's not how you go. He's like, bro, you should have rolled the red carpet out. They should have been signed, inked, and be like, listen, how much you want? $2 million? All right, 3. Done. You can take it today. Give you a 2-year deal. We'll be the highest paid. Get $5 million. Their payments typically undisclosed. Here's a check. What do you want? Here. You don't let the man go shopping and keep flirting. Here's what the Lions do. The Lions act like they're the 10 at the bar. And then they realize, uh-oh, why are all the guys not flirting with me? And the guy goes, yeah, I'll call you back. Goes home, nails the chick that he wants to nail. That's a 10. Then when he's bored and wants to watch a movie and doesn't want to go out and spend $400, he calls you. You want to come over and have some Netflix and chill? Oh. Then you get all ready. And then he's like, oh, wait, sorry. Because the 10 called back. And it's like, I'm feeling some more. Sorry, I got COVID. I'm not coming. Then she goes to her friends. I don't know what's wrong with me. The Lions are not a 10. They think they are. Bro, you need an offensive line. Mike McDaniel's like, okay, we don't got one. I need one. Kevin, hey, Doc, why is Phipp not in the hot seat? The last time the Detroit Lions blocked a punt was November of 2020. It was not the best year for the special teams, up and down. Jake Bates missed more kicks than I think he would like. I do think he's got to have a better year, but he's well respected. I think he'll rebound, and he's a very nice man, hardworking. I think that the return game was better. I think that you have the responsibility for Jack Fox being the best punter in the league. It's JC. Delta's crazy. Probably texted the missus. I'm never coming back here. That's exactly what I said earlier in the show. He's probably like, I can't feel my nuts. What the hell? He's like, I'm freezing my nuts off. Live from Greenland, pride will be the end of this Lions era. Fear will be the end. Fear cost you 24 and 25. Fear of pushing. And they know they still got slappies that are like, our window just opened now. Dog, come on, man. Then they post it online like they're feeding some bullshit to people that don't know football. Our window just opened this year. Many more to come. NFC Championship, first round playoff exit, no playoffs. That's not where you need to be going. Exactly. At least it wasn't American Airlines. I know. I think that's what we're trying to kind of hope for. Pick us. McDaniel ain't coming here, bro. Chief IT, probably last comment of the day before I get out of here. Just hope they make some kind of move that will create excitement, but I won't hold my breath. That's what we're resorting to. Hoping. Make moves. Make moves. Make moves that will make impact. Thank you guys. Want to give a shout out to Chief IT Hips. Thank you for the couple super chats. Thank you for the likes. Smash the like for the doc. Giving you a show every day at 7, having some fun. Look at that hierarchy. Is Roy Lopez the guy? You could argue maybe you invest in Al-Quadin Muhammad, maybe offer him 7-8 million. Figure it out and get some guys. Go back, listen, and I appreciate everybody's time. We'll talk at 8:45 at crunch time. I might be a little late, who knows, but let them know if you're going over there. Be like, Doc is driving home. I'm not going to text and drive, but let them know I'm making my way. It's a 30-minute drive. I'm giving myself extra 10, 15 minutes. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. The big topics today, just talking about Mike McDaniel. Would he pick us? I don't know. Not feeling it, but, you need to show out a little bit. You should have just gave him a private plane and said, come on down, in and out. Where you need it for a week? You need it for a week? Do what you got to do. It's all right off anyway. All the season ticket money came in. I heard that Miss Sheila wanted her money by the 9th, locked and delivered. The godmother got her money. So, and then the other thing is free agents. What tiers? Who's the priority to come back? Give me Amik. I got 4. Amik, Roy Lopez, Rock Ya-Sin, Avonte Maddox. And then keep going. Internal doesn't count. Get 3, 4 external and 1 trade. I'm the Doc, John Macaroon. I represent the Detroit Sports Podcast. We'll look forward to talking tomorrow. This is made possible thanks to On SI, a great partner who lets us do what we got to do. And check out Lions on SI for coverage today about the compensatory pick that we're going to expect it to get. It's not in the 4th round anymore. It's a little bit lower. They should have 2, but why don't they have it? What happened to the 3rd round compensatory pick from Aaron Glenn? I think you guys know where it went, but go find out, get it confirmed. Each of the top rookies talked to reporters and shared what they want to get better at. And we did a preview of Kafka, pros and cons. So good daily coverage every single day, 5 to 6, 7 articles covering the Lions. Thanks, everybody. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Peace and love, and let's get after it.